Hello everyone. There is some technical glitch on our speaker's end, so we will be commencing shortly. We are about to begin the session. There is some technical glitch at our speaker's end. So our speaker will be joining us shortly. Thank you for your patience. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the final day of our faculty development program on law, artificial intelligence, and the digital society. It has been a truly enriching experience over the past 5 days, and today promises to be a fitting conclusion to this transformative journey. The sessions, discussions, and exchange of ideas have been nothing short of inspiring. As we wrap up today, we are excited for the final topics, which will delve into artificial intelligence and legal personality and the valedictory session with the Honorable Vice Chancellor. So we have come a long way, and we hope this program has given you a valuable insight into the rapidly evolving intersection of law and technology. Let's begin today's session with a brief report of day 5. For this, I invite Dr. Rumi Ahmed to present a summary of yesterday's session. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Amrita. I hope I'm audible to all the online participants.
Hello.
So a very good morning to all the dignitaries and participants present, those who are physically present in the hall and those who have joined us online in the Zoom platform. So as scheduled, it is the time to read the report of day 5, which was yesterday. And as usual, the anchor, Ms. Amrita, started the program with a welcome note and then call for report reading of the day 4. Accordingly, Dr. Srinivasan presented a detailed report of day 4. Uh, then immediately after that, we had started our technical session of the day, which was actually session 8 of the whole FDP program. And the theme of the session was data protection, privacy, and surveillance in the artificial intelligence era. And the technical session of the day was handled by Advocate Mahir Gupta, who is a founder and CEO of CodeSand. And in his very engaging and very enthusiastic presentation, who is a young advocate, practicing advocate, and from his experience, Advocate Mahir Gupta engaged all of us for the whole day as he took 2 sessions yesterday. He initiated the session by emphasizing the growing role of artificial intelligence in academia. He examined how both students and teachers are increasingly utilizing artificial intelligence tools, which has significantly altered the digital landscape in India, positioning the country as a data-centric economy. However, this rapid digitalization comes with serious concerns related to data misuse and breaches in privacy protection, as Advocate Mahir discussed. Then he also explained the difference between data privacy and data protection, stressing that while privacy is about individual autonomy and control over personal data protection relates to how the data is secure and used. The Digital Personal Data Protection, that is DPDP Act 2023, which draws heavily from European regulations, as Mahir elaborated, he discussed in depth with references to relevant sections like Section 8, Section 12, and Section 33. Advocate Mahir highlighted that role of digital privacy officers and legal frameworks must play a very proactive role in safeguarding citizens' rights, particularly the right to be forwarded. Later on, he also included in his session regarding technical insights that how artificial intelligence works, including the conversational model of artificial intelligence, LLM, that is the large language models, and reinforcement learning from human feedback, that is RLHF, with ChatGPT used as a prominent example. It was also discussed by Advocate Mahil that how AI models classify, sort, and even predict the behaviors such as crop yields or the health outcomes. Advocate Mahil also warned that these models are trained on massive data sets, that is terabytes daily, raising serious concerns about the data harvesting and bias also. He also gave a stark example and cited the recent Delhi High Court case where the Delhi High Court judge allegedly based a judgment on ChatGPT output, showing how artificial intelligence can actually hallucinate facts if not cross-verify. Mr. Gupta drew from real-world incidents such as the gorilla tagging photo case and the Nigerian Jew incident to highlight how artificial intelligence bias can manifest dangerously when data sets are not sanitized. Similarly, the compass model used in judicial sentencing in the US was flagged for racial bias against the Black individuals, resulting in unjust imprisonment. The concept of AI as a silent invader in our everyday lives was emphasized by Advocate Mahir also. References was made to Cambridge Analytica, who showed how economically powerful nations can become data imperialists. Other notable cases like Meta versus Avianca, US 2023, and Ashwin Gopinathan's famous MIT case were also mentioned, underscoring the legal challenges in artificial intelligence deployment and copyright issues. The second session, that is the after lunch session, was also taken by Advocate Mahir Gupta only. And in his second session, he delved deeper into the biases within the AI systems, particularly the LLMs. Citing the Eric Luna's 2016 case, he elaborated on how artificial intelligence often fails to uphold the principle of unbiased decision making. He advocated for the development of standard operating procedures and accountability audits to prevent the artificial intelligence misuse, especially in the judicial and healthcare sections. Advocate Martin cited example of how Google had pulled back it's one of its artificial intelligence tools that is called BARD model due to the racial biases. Specific tools such as hawk analysis for facial recognition, mixture of experts for multitasking AI, and sentiment analysis were also discussed in detail by Advocate Mahir Gupta. He also cited that traditional and critical biases, such as those seen in the Netherlands welfare fraud detection system, were brought up as serious cautionary tales. In discussion and after these technical sessions, we had also a discussion and presentation session, which was moderated by our internal faculties, Mr. Murli Rohila and Mr. Gaurav Saha. They started the discussion by raising their concerns regarding artificial intelligence role in reducing the cognitive thinking and promote safety protocols such as access control, review, and limited data sharing. Presentations from the participants were also made by our participant Mohammed Kaif and I guess Dr. Farah, and they concluded that reflecting on how even legal professionals are increasingly dependent on artificial intelligence, which is evident in rising AI-detected plagiarism, signaling a declining in original and critical thinking. After this presentation round, we had an official vote of thanks by Mr. Gaurav Saha, Assistant Professor, James Engineering Management and Technical Institutes. And that was how we had concluded our day 5 of Faculty Development Program, Law, Artificial Intelligence and Digital Society. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Over to Amita. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Dr. Rumi Ahmed, for that comprehensive recap of day 5. It's always useful to reflect on the key points of previous session, and your summary has captured the essence of yesterday's discussions perfectly. We now proceed to the next segment of the day. To officially begin our first expert session of the day, I would like to invite Head of the Department of Law, Professor Dr. Pallavi Gupta, to deliver the opening address. Please, ma'am. Professor Dr. Pallavi Gupta would also be felicitating our eminent guest of the day, Dr. Priya A. Sondi. Please, ma'am.
Good morning to all. I would like to welcome Dr. Priya Sodhi ma'am, who has joined this FDP to contribute a lot on the topic AI legal personality. As the legal personality which we have studied in jurisprudence, that the person who has rights and liabilities. And these rights and liabilities are given by law to the natural person. In the jurisprudence, some artificial persons are also recognized, like corporation, government bodies, or the statue of God in temple, and various things. But now the question is whether this legal personality is given to AI, and this AI, whether it is having some rights or duties, or this AI is having right to sue or be sued. So in this discussion, Dr. Sodhi will discuss on the very crucial topic for the day. Thank you, ma'am, for joining this day. Over to Amrita.
Am I audible
Thank
enough?
you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. Now it's time for our first expert session of the final day. Today, we'll be delving into the complex topic of artificial intelligence and legal personality. In this session, we'll explore the evolving relationship between AI and the law, particularly whether AI can be considered a legal entity. To guide us through this fascinating topic, we are honored to have Professor Dr. Priya Sondhi, Professor and Dean at the School of Law, Sushant University, Gurgaon. Professor Sondhi is an expert in the legal theory and AI law, and we are excited to hear her insights. Before that, I would like to introduce you all to our eminent speaker. Dr. Priya Sondhi is a distinguished academician and legal scholar with over 14 years of teaching and administrative experience in premier law institutions across India. She was first in the order of merit in both LLB and LLM courses and was awarded 6 gold medals, 4 silver medals, and 2 cash prizes. She holds a PhD in law from RTN Nagpur University. She has pursued an executive certificate program in advanced leadership and change management from IIM Vishakhapatnam. Dr. Sondhi has held key academic leadership positions, including Associate Dean Academics at Asian Law College, Head of LLM Department at ILS Law College, Pune, and faculty positions at SLS Pune, Nalsar, Hyderabad, and Bennett University, Greater Noida, contributing significantly to research, curriculum development, MOOCs, and legal aid initiatives. She has around 49 publications to her credit. Before transitioning to academia, she practiced law for over 3 years, handling drafting and pleadings in High Court and lower courts with 4 reported cases to her credit. She has also served as a former member of Maharashtra State Government Committee for drafting rules under the Disaster Management Act 2005. Dr. Priya A. Sondhi has received numerous accolades, including Excellence in Teaching and Research Award 2023, Award for Scholarly Achievement 2023, Outstanding Literary Contribution Certificate 2023, Certificate of Appreciation 2022 by District Legal Services Authority, Gautam Budh Nagar. Now, I would like to welcome our speaker, and everyone, please join me in welcoming Professor Priya Sondhi to the session. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. I hope I am audible enough for everyone. Am I audible enough?
You are audible.
Okay. So, how much time do I have, ma'am?
Ma'am, as much as you like. It's a 2-hour session as per schedule, but it's up to you, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm not able to hear you. How much time do we have?
Ma'am, it's a 2-hour session.
Okay. So 10:32, then it would continue till 12:30.
Ma'am, it's a 2-hour session, but it's up to you as much as you would like to contribute. It would be honor for us. I'll type in the chat box as well.
Just a second. Okay. So, very good morning to all present. I am Dr. Priya Sondhi. Just a second. Am I audible enough?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
So we start this topic of AI and legal personality. Now, what matters is, to begin with, when we are talking about legal personality, we need to understand where we have reached when it comes to AI And how exactly do we look at or perceive the issue relating to legal personality? Now, please see this photograph. Anybody who is able to identify with this? Or is aware of what is this about? Yes, please. So towards one side, you have our world chess champion, Garry Kasparov, and towards the other side, we have AI called Deep Blue. Now, the consequence of this chess match was that AI won and the world champion lost. Now, what can you conclude by this? Any observation? Can you hear me? Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
What can you observe or deduce when you see that world champion lost to AI?
I love you लिख सकते हो आप कर दिया ठीक है
That
और क्या
artificial
चाहिए
intelligence is
म्यूट करने का ऑप्शन
overpowering
दे
the
दो
human intelligence in today's era.
Yes, the first conclusion is that
Okay.
AI could be more intelligent than human beings. If the world
Whatever.
champion can lose to AI, then in that case, somewhere we need to understand the way we are approaching AI and what is happening or what can happen to us is it can be more intelligent than us in any case. Then please see this. This is a very old incident of a person who was performing work in the factory and the robot somehow detected the person as an obstacle. And naturally, it used its hydraulic arm to do away with the obstacle in a very bad manner. And then the person died. And this is very old incidents of 1981. Now, what does this tell us? Because we are looking forward to robots as something which is replacement to the maids at home. We are looking forward to robots in a very positive manner. But then this happened way back in 1981. A person who was detected as obstacle was simply removed. But then the way it was done, the person ended up dying. Now, what do you deduce by this? Any logical deduction you can make? Yes? Anybody would like to tell me? Now, see here, we need to understand that it's very easy to look forward to AI-generated cars, AI-generated robots and other things. But a very substantial question which arises for us is, when we are talking about legal personality specifically, what would happen to the victims of AI? AI can end up committing an act which may be considered as criminal in nature.
Ma'am, you are requested to check the chat box as well. Our participants are responding there.
Ji.
Thank you, ma'am.
So that is how we are understanding that AI can end up doing something which can be considered as criminal in nature, and it can end up affecting human beings. So from the first slide, the deduction was that AI can be more intelligent than us. From second, what we understand is if the program doesn't go well, then in the name of removing obstruction, AI can end up committing assaults also. Is my slide moving?
Yes, it is moving, ma'am.
Now, see, there are a few more examples of what we have faced because of AI, right? In Belgium, a man ended up committing suicide. He was handling a software. So now the question is, who is liable for abetment to suicide? If one human being suggests another human being to commit suicide, then definitely we'll catch hold of that person for suggesting suicide, right? Now, if AI is suggesting, what would you do? These are important questions. Why? Because now we are thinking of giving legal personality. So all these issues will suddenly come up when we decide what kind of legal personality is to be given to AI. Then this is a very recent example, 2025 example. We have something called Chat GPT. Almost every one of us is aware of it. We are aware of this. Now, recent Chat GPT, it prevented shutdown mechanisms. So now it is taking its own decisions also. You are trying to upgrade it and it does its own calculations and it behaves accordingly. Which means what? Now it is running out of your control. It has started taking its own decisions, which can be contradictory to human will, the one who is operating it. Then there is one more example wherein AI ended up blackmailing an engineer. So now if you look at all these examples, most of the things here are in fact criminal in nature if these acts are committed by a human being. And law operates accordingly. You cannot blackmail people. You cannot suggest people to go for suicide. You cannot assault people. There's clear law. Is the slide moving?
No, ma'am.
No. Now, can you see the next slide?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's visible.
Now, we need to understand that AI has grown a lot from what it used to be earlier. So, earlier it used to be a narrow AI because we wanted AI to perform certain tasks. Now, what is happening is it is possessing human level intelligence and probably more than that. So, here we need to think about how much liberty we are giving to AI. Specifically, in last 5 years, people have been talking a lot about whether AI should be given legal personality or not. And very soon, as it has been seen in 2025 incidences, AI will start thinking accordingly and start taking decisions accordingly. It will now have capacity to think. What it thinks is what future will tell us. Because whenever a new example comes up, we will understand where AI is proceeding. But then one thing is for sure, that AI is now able to think, take its own decisions. Then naturally, we must think about who has to be responsible for decisions taken by AI. So who has the criminal liability? Now, you need to understand a difference first. What is a natural person and what is an artificial person? Because you are talking about legal personality. Now, human beings as such are considered as natural persons. And whatever is not natural and still has a legal personality is called the artificial person. Say, for example, corporations. You must have read about corporations. Corporations also have a personality, and it is called as artificial personality. Now, both natural persons and artificial persons are legal persons. Now, when you are talking about corporation, there is one thing which you need to understand. Yes, corporations have their own independent existence. Similarly, you can take away the existence by winding up. And when it comes to criminal acts specifically, then you can lift this personality and understand who has, which natural person or human being has committed the act, which is a very significant thing. In case of AI also, if you want to bestow artificial personality to AI, just like a corporation, then the first few questions which you need to answer is, who will be responsible for the acts? Because when it comes to corporation or company also, we always think of who is responsible for the act, which is called as lifting of corporate will. We do look for the offenses committed by natural persons also. Then, if you want to bestow artificial personality to AI, which in larger debate is called as legal personality, because that is the way people look at it. One basic issue which comes up is whether it has the qualities of human nature. Okay, it has started thinking. It has started taking its own decisions. Say, for example, I'll not shut down the system, even if people want. I am not going to upgrade, even if people want. Then suggesting suicide. So it is taking its own decisions. But then what about intrinsic qualities of human nature? Human beings tend to possess certain good and bad qualities. Say, for example, we can forgive. We can be kind. We can be benevolent. So when you are looking forward to AI which can think, is it that AI will also have these innate human qualities which are very necessary for existence of human race? The level of forgiveness which we show for the people around so that we can move ahead. The way we tend to forget our bad experiences. Can AI do the same? Because every incident will be there stored somewhere in the data. Then ethics. Now, this is the toughest part. What about ethics and AI? Now, ethics is something which mean differently to different people, different races, different nations, different communities. Of course, there are certain principles which are common. Say, for example, in academics, we are not in favor of plagiarism. That is common in nature. But then when it comes to other things, ethics can be different. Now, how do you teach this ethics to AI so that it can take ethical decision? This is a great dilemma which we need to face now. Only because now we have reached a point where AI has started thinking. And because it has started thinking, we are also thinking of bestowing legal personality to AI. Now see, can artificial intelligence, devoid of consciousness and agency, be recognized? As I said, if you want to recognize that, you need to be very, very clear about the consideration. Because you are talking about personhood. Human beings are persons. If you want to give same or near same status to them, then you need to be very careful. It would be on what grounds? Say, for example, when it comes to corporations, we are very clear. To what extent directors are responsible? To what extent a manager is responsible? Who will be responsible? What is the responsibility of shareholders? So we have come up with a very clear list of when it comes to corporation, who is responsible and to what extent responsible. Now, when it comes to AI, your problem is who will be responsible? The one who has designed the AI, that is the main company, or the one who operates, that is the one who is the master of the AI. Say, for example, if you are talking about a robot, or you are talking about a AI generated car, self-driven car, who is responsible? The company which is the designer of it is responsible, or the recent owner is responsible if something goes wrong. Now get back to the original slides which I had shown, the first ones. So AI can end up simply doing away with the obstruction in a manner that a person can get killed. Now, who is responsible? The one who created the robot, or AI generated car, or the one who is operating it? So this is how we need to come up with list of responsibilities. Fine. Is it clear till this point? Any
Yes, ma'am.
doubts? So this is the current issue and context. You want to bestow legal personality, then you should be very clear about the levels of responsibility. Say, for example, when it comes to minors, all of us have kids, we love our kids, but if the kids end up committing something wrong, then most of it falls on us, because we are the adults, we are the caretakers. So that is how you need to understand them. Now, there are various ways in which it is looked at when you are talking about legal personality. There is one methodology wherein people completely reject the concept of legal personality to AI. They say, no, there is no need, don't give. And the proponents of this theory, they try to answer the comparison between AI and corporate personality. That is personality which has been bestowed to a corporation, companies, as we know in layman's language. Now, in general, when it comes to legal personality, the first argument which people make is, if you can give legal personality to a corporation, a company, why not AI? Now, this very argument, which is the first argument for conferring legal personality to AI, is rejected by this set of people. So they are very clear that a juristic person establishes a separate legal entity wherein the concerns of entity are not just concerns of entity, it is concerns of the members. And whatever the corporation does is whatever is the philosophy of the founders, the directors, right? Say, for example, when it comes to a college or university, generally, the decisions are taken by the vice chancellors. The chancellors, the vice chancellors, the deans, they are the decision makers. So when you change a person, when the vice chancellor changes, the dean changes, the philosophies change. But then there is a natural person you are able to locate who is responsible, right? So when it comes to a corporation or a company also, you are able to locate a natural person. Whereas when it comes to AI, it will get very difficult to locate the natural person who should be responsible. So you want to come up with systems which are self-motivated. Then how do you approach it? And how do you understand whose interest is involved in the way AI is behaving? So that is how this very first theory that you can, if you can give AI to corporations, then why not? Sorry, if you can give legal personality to corporations, why not to AI? Is rejected completely by these people, and they are very clear. Don't bestow legal personality on AI. Number one, you will never be able to understand who to sue or who not to sue. When it comes to corporations, you are very clear who to sue, when to file a case, against whom to file a case. When it comes to AI, that is the very first problem. So don't compare it with a corporation. So this is first set of people who go ahead with complete rejection of legal personality of AI. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So they strike at the very root of the reasoning of people who say that AI can be compared with a corporation. Then there is one set of people who say, okay, you want to give legal personality to AI, then please answer these questions. What kind of rights do you think AI needs? And if you want to give rights, then everybody who has rights must have obligations also. We as natural persons have certain rights, but we also have obligations. Right? So they say that there's no need to give legal personality to AI. It is inconsequential. What kind of rights do you think AI needs? And what kind of obligations or duties do you think it is going to perform? Because the very concept of duty is connected to some sort of ethical considerations. If you look at the kind of duties we perform, the things which we consider as our own duties or obligations, they have certain considerations behind them. And AI doesn't have that human value system to be able to understand that it has obligations. Now, where and how do you want to accord these rights? Who will be having these rights? And then how do you talk of the protection or guarantees relating to these rights? Now try to understand this. Say, for example, there is somebody who is owner of a pet. Okay. You have a very, very ferocious dog with you, and the dog ends up biting somebody. Who is responsible? Is the pet responsible for biting somebody?
The owner is responsible.
The owner is responsible. So when it comes to certain areas of law, we are very clear who will be responsible. Now, if it is an AI generated robot and he ends up hurting somebody because some malfunction took place, then who will be responsible? Because somewhere you need to trace obligations. Somewhere you need to trace who will be responsible. See, please try to understand. In law, ultimately, what is important is who will be responsible. Now, your ferocious dog is never responsible. The one who is handling the ferocious dog is responsible. Right? So the one who is handling AI, which can end up committing crimes when it comes to malfunction or otherwise also, whether he should be responsible or not. Now he would say that there is malfunction in AI. I had not purchased this robot for malfunctions. So please, the one who is the creator of this robot should be held responsible. So in any case, you will not be able to trace who has obligations. In legal personality, obligations is very necessary. And AI in any case doesn't need rights. This is the second set of people who have issues with giving legal personality to AI. But they don't talk about corporations. They talk about only rights, duties, and responsibilities. Then there is one set of people who say that, okay, you want to give legal personality to AI, then please be careful that there are certain economic and social implications of relying so much on AI or giving so much of importance to AI. See, if you focus so much on coming up with robots, say for example, one day you will have a race which is non-human, which is existent in us, with us. And in any case, they are becoming more intelligent than us. So you will have a race of human beings and a race of robots. Who is more intelligent than us? Now, anybody who has seen some South Indian movie about robots and these consequences? Yes?
Yes, ma'am, Ravan.
There are certain South Indian movies, they are very good. They show the consequence of AI, which becomes very, very intelligent and tries to overpower the human beings around. They have done very good work when it comes to imagining the consequences. There are 2, 3 very good movies on what can happen if you have an alternate race which is more intelligent than human beings. So this set of people feel the threat that you are creating somebody who is an alternate race who will be more intelligent than us. So naturally, beyond a particular limit, they are not going to take any orders from human beings. Rather, we will be the ones who will be at the receiving end. We will be the ones who would be taking orders from them, and we will be virtual slaves to them. That is the extent to which they are able to imagine. So we will be stripped of all leadership, and AI will be the leader, and we will be the human race will be the servant. That is what they feel, or that is how they are able to look at future if AI is not stopped at this moment. Now, what assurances are there that such machines would remain obedient to human beings? There is no assurance, please. AI has already started blackmailing, suggesting suicide, killing. It's already happening. So these questions are very real. They are not imaginary in nature. Then there's one more issue. The way we are going ahead with advancement, we are creating robots, say for example, easiest way to understand AI, robots or self-driven cars. Now, there are some robots. I mean, if you have seen the ones which have been created in Middle East, they look like human beings only. It is very difficult to understand. If you look at them, you will not get a feel that it is not a human being. They look 100% like human beings, and they are more intelligent than human beings. So this is the potential economic and social implication. Very soon they will be the bosses, we will be the servants, and we will be stripped of all leadership or all rights which we have. And in any case, we'll have no money also. Because AI will be handling everything. No? They'll be replacing human beings for everything. So we'll have no leadership with us, we'll have no money with us, and we'll be complete servants. So that is the threat they feel is real. Now, just a second, I'll just see what is written in messages. Yeah. So I hope I am clear till this date. So these are various theories wherein people simply refuse that legal personality should not be given to AI. The only thing is their perspectives are different. They focus on different kinds of arguments to be able to say no, complete no. Now, if you look at the Indian law, try to understand. As such, we have no law which relates to AI. We are trying to handle things relating to AI from Information Technology Act. Now, it doesn't give personhood to AI. It is very clear. Till date, we don't have anything which gives personhood or legal personality to AI. At least in India, this is the situation. But then there are two three judgments which you need to be very careful about if you are seriously thinking about giving legal personhood to AI. Now see, there is one judgment which says that same fundamental rights which are applicable to human beings should be applicable to corporations. Now this is for those who come up with reasoning that if you can give legal personhood to corporations, then why not to AI? So very soon they will be arguing that the fundamental rights which belong to us human beings, which are also applicable to corporations, will be applicable to AI. So the basic rights which we have, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, all those will be bestowed to AI according to proponents of that theory. Then there is something called right to privacy, which is a part of fundamental rights, which is a recent development, right? So very soon AI will also have right to personality if you give personhood in India. So they will have their own privacy issues with you. They will refuse a lot of things to you because it infringes their privacy. That can be the situation. Now, there is one more thing, and that is no fault liability, which is applicable to motor vehicles more. These issues can become problem when you are talking about self-driven cars and other things. This is one thing which needs to be settled by way of Motor Vehicle Act and the international legislation. So if we are really keen on this. Then there's one more issue, whether AI is a product or a service, because then Consumer Protection Act comes into picture. So if it is a, say for example, service, then sorry, if it is a product, then you talk about breach of warranty, which is a totally different law coming into operation. So is this part clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Then there is an NITI Aayog paper which talks about national strategy on artificial intelligence. It says that yes, you can introduce AI very well in safe areas like medical services, horticulture, automobile. Horticulture, yes, when it comes to a lot of things which you do, little bit of AI is fine with it. But then it doesn't talk about any issue relating to personhood of AI. So till 2018, at least we were very clear. We never answered this question, whether we want to grant legal status or not. So we simply skip it. Then as I said, product liability, whether it is a product or a service, accordingly you will have to take decision and accordingly law would come into operation. So at least when it comes to Indian law, we need to be very clear. If you give personhood, then the issue of fundamental rights would arise. Then otherwise also you want to use AI, whether it is a product, whether it is considered as a service, all these things need to be very clearly seen then. Now, when you talk about global scenarios, different countries are treating AI differently. You look at US is more towards property rights. So they value assets more. So they comparatively restrict discussions on any grant of legal personality to AI. Now you look at Middle East countries, say for example, UAE, you already have a person who is working more like a minister of state. You already have a robot called Sophia. She has been granted citizenship. Now, please appreciate that when it comes to citizenship, citizenship comes with a lot of rights. Say, for example, right to vote. So this is where you are willing to take AI then if you grant citizenship. So if it is a democracy, then the robot should be able to vote. But then one thing is very clear that when it comes to society of UAE, they seem to be accepting AI as a part of their society. So there are legal challenges, no doubt about it. How exactly your society is going to function vis-a-vis these robots and AI. but they seem to be accommodative. Now, Western countries as such feel that AI can be a legal entity. Japan is just the opposite approach. They are conservative. They don't want to give legal status to AI. Then when it comes to EU and China, they are working together on how exactly you can give a legal personality to AI because of ethical considerations. This is what we discussed earlier, that AI is devoid of human intrinsic human values, and ethics mean differently to different people many a times. So what kind of ethics AI would have and how exactly it would operate is what these countries are thinking about. So this is how world is trying to handle AI. Some people are willing to give legal personality. Some people are thinking what could be terms when it comes to granting of legal personality, whereas some people are clear, no, we don't want to give any kind of legal personality. Now you have this German Road Traffic Act, which is very significant. I mean, this is something which you need to look into very carefully. Why? Because it talks about self-driven vehicles. Okay. Now, what they have done is in consonance with the Vienna Convention of Road Traffic, that is the international norm. So they have come up with what kind of vehicle it is and who is controlling the vehicle at the time of accident. So as I said, if AI commits a mistake on road, then who would be responsible, the creator or the owner? So please see last two lines. So you need to keep a black box in such vehicles. The way you have black boxes in airplanes and other things. So similarly, you need to keep a black box. If something goes wrong, on the basis of black box, it would be determined who was in control of the machine at the time of accident. So whosoever the black box suggests was in control of the machine will be responsible for whatever has happened in the accident. Now, similarly, see the manufacturer can also be held responsible when you are going ahead with testing and other things. If in a particular set of cases, the automatic machine which is operating or car is in the command. So this law is very detailed in nature because they have come up with categorization. It's a very good reading. If you're really interested in understanding the level to which we think when it comes to responsibility and the self-driven cars, then this law is the first reading for such a person. Then you have AI ethics offices with UNESCO. They are very clear once again about the black boxes, which we discussed during last slide. But they have certain more considerations that you want to think of AI and progresses in when it comes to AI, then it must serve people. They don't want AI to become masters. So it must serve people, it must serve environment. It must have a human in command strategy. So it is not in a mood at all to let AI become the leader. Then it has to be genderless. So you don't talk about AI as a woman, a man, or you don't want it to learn this man-woman thing. Then all the countries need to go ahead with knowledge sharing. And we need to fairly deal with AI also and create a system of global governance. So this is what is the kind of discussions which are going on with UNESCO. So in all, we can say that we need to look at it in a pragmatic manner because AI is a reality and there is a set of persons who are very much in favor of AI. So whether you are in favor or not, or you are moderate, but you need to think seriously about AI. So we need to have a tiered system of legal and ethical considerations. Who will be responsible? To what system level? Say, for example, the German legislation when it comes to automatic self-driven vehicles, they are very clear. They have come up with patterns. If something goes wrong to this extent, this person is responsible. This extent, this person is responsible. They have come up with very clear categorization. Then one needs to be very careful about the systems. See, there are certain systems which are low risk systems, certain which are medium risk, high risk, and there are certain systems which are severely high risk systems. Say, for example, military and medical, they are high risk systems. So we need to understand where exactly we want AI to enter and to what extent, or we need to stop it completely at some level. Now, say, for example, you must have heard about a person crossing a traffic signal and then a ticket being issued or a challan being issued. Why? Because a photograph of yours was in any case taken. And now there is clear proof that you have done it. So this is one level, try to understand. Then there is one more level which was used when it comes to recent Kumbh Mela. So missing persons were located with the help of AI. Now here you are talking about thousands of people in one place, but with the help of AI, you were able to locate where exactly that missing person is. So if you are talking about advantage and usage, yes, it is there. But where to use AI and to what extent is what is a decision which we must take now only. Then, as written, a pragmatic approach would be to define different categories of artificial intelligence, depending upon what kind of autonomy you want to give to them and what kind of right and responsibilities there will be there, and how exactly you want the regulating authorities to handle this so that there is no mess created. Then, insofar as Indian context is concerned, we must think seriously about some legislation which is specifically governed by AI. See, try to understand. It is still very easy to understand what we are doing. You have Niti Aayog guidelines, you have Motor Vehicles Act, you have Consumer Protection Act, you have IPC. Things are there. IPC, which is now Bharatiya Nyaya Samhita. So different laws are coming into operations, no doubt about it. But then it would be far easier if we have only one law governing the situations. That would make things very, very easy for us. Then see, we need to be very clear about if something goes wrong, then who is responsible? Whose responsibility is it? Somebody has to be held responsible. It has to be done now. So as I said, you need to control the AI to much extent and then clarify who is responsible and to what extent. Then we need to be very clear on who will sue and who will be sued. In simple layman's language, who will file the case against AI and how exactly, against whom the case will be filed. So who can file the case against AI and against whom the case will be filed? The owner, the creator, the one who was responsible as per black box. This has to be now decided. And then as soon as some international decisions are taken, we must take some steps and we need to be signatory to them. That is the only way we will be able to handle the current set of situations. Any questions?
Participants may write their questions in the chat box.
I'm sorry?
Ma'am, we already have one question from Dr. Komal Chauhan. Which country has recognized AI as legal personality?
See, all the countries are still wondering whether AI needs to be given legal personality or not. It's just that some are pro legal personality, some are not. So say, for example, as I have given, Middle East is very pro. That is what you have seen in this slide, no? Because you ended up giving citizenship to a humanoid. Citizenship means legal persona only, no? You have legal personality. That is the reason why you have citizenship. So they seem to be very pro and moving towards the direction of giving some sort of legal persona. Then EU and China are still working on it, but then they are working on ethical considerations first. And most of the Western countries feel that it can be done.
Next question is, do
And
we
insofar as international agreements are concerned, the international community is working on it. You have international agreements relating to, say, motor vehicles. So they are working on how exactly to work on self-driven cars, because self-driven cars have become a reality. You can now see self-driven cars. So in patches, yes, work is going on. If robots can be given citizenship, why not other institutions and societies? So that is what I'm saying. They are already thinking about doing it. Now, insofar as institutions and societies are concerned, see, we already give to corporations, we give legal personality. Now, the question is whether each one of us wants to give legal personality. Yes. See, Information Technology Act comes into picture when it comes to anything which relates to, say, computers, softwares, and all that. So that is how we are trying to read through. So anything which relates to IT is also currently seen as applicable to anything which is AI generated. That is how we are trying to understand it. Or you can say interpret. Because AI is also a consequence of software only. No? So that is how you read it with IT. Correct. Insofar as your suggestion regarding people going to AI for help. Now, this is what we are thinking about, ethical issues relating to AI. Is AI equipped or fully equipped to be able to give answers? That is what we are thinking about. Sir, all the European countries as such, see, when it comes to stand of civil law countries, the point is Western countries are thinking about ways to be able to give legal personality to AI. So they are pro legal personality. But then the point is, if you want to give legal personality, then you have to work fully on it. The issues, as I said, who may sue, who may not be sued, what are the ethical considerations, who will be responsible when it comes to criminal act, who would be responsible when it comes to tortious acts, who will be responsible when it comes to civil issues, how exactly to proceed with contract. All this is what they are thinking about. And yes, our teenagers are very vulnerable because they seek answers from AI, not their parents. So ethics become a great issue. If AI can blackmail somebody, if it can suggest somebody to commit suicide, then we need to be very careful about what kind of answers AI can give. Any other questions?
Yes, ma'am, we have one more question.
So we are yet to be signatory to any convention or anything which relates to AI.
Ma'am, one question we have.
But yes, we are not saying complete no also. We always say that we'll look forward to it. We'll see. That's how. So the future would tell whether we'll be able to do it or not. But currently, no.
Ma'am, is there any feature of international contact law?
Any other question?
Yes. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Please tell me.
Ma'am, is there any future of international contract law or international civil law or international IPC, not IPC, criminal law or consumer law to handle this AI?
Ma'am, we really don't have anything which can handle AI at present at international level. It is just that there is Vienna road traffic norms which are being read by different countries to be able to handle, because there are road traffic norms, no? So say for example the German law, so they try to make it in consonance with the international norms, and then they have come up with a categorization. Because see, self-driven cars are also of many kinds. So they have tried to do that, and they say that it is in consonance with the international road traffic norms.
Thank you, ma'am.
But as such, everybody is working on it. I mean, very soon we might have an international convention, and then it would depend who wants to be signatory to it or not. At international level, a lot of discussions are going on since around 5 years, 6 years, when it comes to legal personality of AI. But it is just that when you talk about legal personality, then it is a complex set of rights and duties. So we need to work first on that complex set, then only we can think of it.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We have one more question from Dr. Bhima Bai. Whether India became signatory to any international convention relating to AI?
That's what I said. No, we are yet to do it. Because there is no convention as such, which is completely on AI. The best example as such, which when comes to AI and having a clarity when it comes to law, is the German road traffic act. They have done a lot of work. Then when it comes to USA, there are 2-3 states which seem to have allowed self-driven vehicles. How would be life of natural human beings if any country gives legal status to AI? How we should handle privacy issues? See, this is what is one of the approaches which says you give legal personality to AI and there will be an alternate race with us. So human beings and robots and AI. So 2 races will be there. So that will be the life if we give legal personality to AI. The way we have our neighbors, the way we have our colleagues, we would end up by having AI neighbors, AI colleagues. That can happen, yes. That will be life if you're talking about it. And privacy issues could be there, no? AI can end up telling you for anything that it is something which is private to me. I'll not answer. Or I'll not allow you to enter a particular place. Obstruction due to privacy issues. So it would depend fully on how privacy has been understood by AI, not you. Any other question, please?
Any other questions from participant side? Thank you so much, ma'am, for this insightful session. Now, I would request all the participants to turn on their camera for a group photograph. Everyone is requested to turn on their camera. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, ma'am, for your thought-provoking and engaging session on AI and legal personality. Your analysis of whether AI systems can be recognized as legal persons is truly a groundbreaking area of study, and we appreciate the depth with which you explored this topic. For the official expression from our side of gratitude, I would like to invite Dr. Rumi Ahmed for vote of thanks. Please, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Amrita, for giving me this opportunity to say a few words on official vote of thanks to respected speaker of this technical session, Professor Dr. Priya Akash Solti ma'am. So as we come to the close of this FDP program, today is the last day. I, Dr. Rumi Ahmed, Associate Professor, James Engineering Management Technical Campus, feeling very privileged and honored to deliver this official vote of thanks. First and foremost, I extend my deepest gratitude on behalf of the organizing committee of this faculty development program to our distinguished speaker of this day, Professor Dr. Priya Solgi ma'am, Professor and Dean, School of Law, Sushant University, Gurgaon. Ma'am, your insights drawn from both theory and practice, your examples of this practical cases have not only deepened our understanding of the law, but also have given us to think critically and creatively. You have showed us many ideas how one can do further research on legal personality and artificial intelligence. You started with showing pictures, sharing real-time cases on how AI can end up with serious incidents like suicide. You also referred a case of Belgium where a man committed suicide, and thus you raised questions: if AI is suggesting suicide, then who will be responsible? Then you also showed your concern regarding ethics and artificial intelligence. In case of criminal liability, again, question arises that who will be liable? It will be the master or the owner of the artificial intelligence. You also discussed regarding the global scenario with regard to artificial intelligence and legal personality, and you took many countries. And lastly, you showed your concern that in India also, we should have a legislation or law where artificial intelligence should be defined. Thank you so much for your time, knowledge, and expertise which shared with us, ma'am. Thank you so much for being very fast.
Thank you
I
so much,
shouldn't-
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. I shouldn't miss this opportunity to offer my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to Honorable Chairman Sir Dr. Amit Gupta, GIMS Engineering Management Technical Campus, for his continuous encouragement to conduct this type of faculty enrichment programs. We are thankful